Ayo, did you drink from your tea? Ayo answered, which tea? I didn't drink from any tea. I don't even know there is a tea anywhere. Ayo mom turned to Miss Joy and said, didn't I tell you? My children can never touch it without my consent. After the holiday, Ade returned to school while the rest of the family members were living with their mom. Ayo, who was now in primary 2, was loved by Miss Clara, her new class teacher. Miss Clara was a young woman in her early 20s. She was of average height with a rich dark brown skin tone. She had a bright, expressive brown eye with a spark that hit at her sharp intellect, a small nose and full lip that curved into a radiant smile whenever she was talking. Her favorite colors are deep berry shade and emerald green, with a rich jewel that complements her complexions and handbag. She was a passionate, warm, intelligent, and very confident woman with a quiet strength that commands respect when you relate with her. She was a true epitome of beauty in and out, with a spark that shined brightly for all to see. She was fond of calling Ayo mommy's daughter. This was because Ayo was a replica of her mom, and moreover, the opposite of what happened in her academics when she was with her maternal grandparents was what was happening in this class. She scored excellently well in all her classwork from the first day that she resumed to that class to the last day in that class, so she was always on top. One fateful morning, Ayo elder brother Ajayi hastened her to hurry up so they could get to school because Ajayi was one of the school drama team and he needed to get to school early every morning. But Ayo refused to comply, and in anger, her brother threw out her school bag and dragged her out of the house so he could lock the door. Ayo started crying and throwing stones at her elder brother Ajayi. While this was going on, their mom passed by them and his. Ayo elder brother Ajayi warned her to stop or else he would throw a stone back at her. Ayo refused to stop, so her elder brother in annoyance threw a stone at her, which hit her on her eyelid. On getting to the class that morning, Miss Clara, who admired her so much, was surprised to see her bleeding eyelid, and in fear she asked her, Ayo, what happened to your eyelid? And Ayo replied, it was my elder brother Ajayi that hit me with stone when we were fighting this morning. Then the teacher asked, was your mom aware of it? Ayo replied, yes. Then she said, go and show it to your mom and tell her I said she should see your bleeding eyelid. Ayo ran to her mom's class and said, Mommy, my class teacher said I should show you my bleeding eyelid. Immediately, Ayo mom called the head prefect girl to attend to her. But before the head prefect girl got to her, she told her to get back and continue with her classwork. She asked Ayo to bring iodine and cotton wool from the school first aid box, and her mom applied the iodine to the cotton wool and with pressure pressed it on her eyelid. Ayo started crying, and in annoyance her mom shouted at her, keep quiet, don't you think of this when you are throwing stones? Ayo, who was a fearful girl, quickly kept quiet and left for her class. It was a sheer luck that day for Ayo. Her dad came back from the university just to say hi to the family members. On seeing injury on his daughter's eyelid, he asked in anger, what happened? Who injured you in this sensitive place? Ayo replied, it was my brother Ajayi that hit me with stone when we were fighting this morning. He asked again, where was your mom when you were fighting? Was she not there? Ayo replied, She was there and didn't show any concern. Ayo's dad called his wife in anger and asked, "Why didn't you stop these children when they were fighting in the morning? I demanded to know." She replied, "Is that the reason why you were calling me before you entered the house? You that was coming from a far distance." Anyway, I saw that it was because they have eaten and satisfied that they were happy and fighting. If they were hungry, I'm sure they won't be fighting one another. Ayo's dad retorted, "What if she got blind as a result of the injury? Will people not be calling you with her name, saying the mother of one-eyed girl?" Ayo's mom replied, "She is not my only child, and she is not my first child, nor my last child. So, if anyone call me by her name, I will tell him or her to desist from that." Ayo's dad replied, "You don't care for your child. Did you want her to be called one-eyed girl?" Ayo's mom replied, "I gave birth to her hale and healthy with every part of her body complete. So I am very sure if she got blind today, she will always remember that it was her brother that threw stones at her. That is what she will be using to remember her brother throughout her lifetime." Ayo's dad shook his head and left the scene, while Ayo's mom looked at her and hissed and muttered some words aloud. "You think I have your time? If you like, kill yourself. I don't care." Ayo looked at her mom and shook her head too. Then it was done on Ayo to be careful with her life, because if she died, she just died at her own peril. This woman didn't care about her existence. After all said and done, Ayo's dad returned to school and life continued with Ayo and her mom. But something happened on one fateful morning shortly after the morning assembly. All the teachers gathered under the tree in the assembly ground, having a brief meeting, which was their usual practice every Monday morning. But suddenly, during this brief meeting, something unusual happened that morning, as there was a hot argument between the headmaster, Mr Adamu, and a female teacher, Mrs Maxwell. They were fighting and exchanging angry words with each other, while the pupils were peeping through the windows in their classes. The whole school were confused and threw into pandemonium. Good members of staff were begging the headmaster to be quiet and allow the matter to be, while some were appealing to the teacher to be quiet. The pupils were watching the scene in surprise. After some time, the whole situation was brought under control, as both of them were successfully pacified by other teachers. Somehow, Ayo was happy because it was not her mom that was having an issue with the headmaster, because naturally, Ayo on her part was a very gentle, shy, and timid girl. Thus, she hardly had issue with anybody. Gradually, the academic year came to an end, and Ayo became first position in her class and was promoted to primary 3. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. The following day, Ayo calmed down like a chicken beaten by rain. Thus, she got her classwork correctly and continued in that vein with her classwork steadily. In the evening of the second day, this new teacher, Miss Kuti, moved into the vacant room in Ayo's house. Ayo was happy within her that since her class teacher now lived with her parents in the same house, she would be pampered and favored than other pupils in the class.